What's going on, guys? So I'm having to do this up because I'm left-handed, so I'm having to use my right hand and it feels weird. But yeah, what's going on is I basically was looking on Auto Trader this morning just to see what comes up, and there was a very nice little thing. That was like a 5-door Vauxhall Corsa, sort of like not the brand new shape, the older one. It looked really nice, had like 60,000 miles, 5-door. It wasn't the SXI, I don't think it was the design, I think. Crap in my eye. And yeah, it was about a similar colour, and it was only like £800, and that's really good. And it's 2 miles from where I am, so it's not very far at all. Fucking phone. I just got an email. Now, what I'm going to do is, because my mum's out at the moment, so I'm going to wait for her to get back and say, look, we're taking the dogs out at 1. Well, she is at least, I don't know if I'll go. I'll say, look, can we go have a look at this thing, because, you know, it's £800. If she buys it on a credit card, I can literally give her the money straight back. Like, all we have to do is go to, because it's all in my, building society. All I have to do is pop down, take the money out, and just go, yeah, it's the money I owe you straight. So, yeah, I'm going to hope that we can go do that, because it's really good. It's got better miles per, it's better on fuel economy, it's cheaper on tax. It's a lot more common because it is a Vauxhall Corsa. It's a 5-door, so it's more convenient. And depending on how much I like it, because, you know, it does have low mileage, depending on how much I like it, I may modify it as well. I might. I don't know, I haven't decided yet. But yeah, that should be awesome, so I'll keep you posted on that. But yeah, later. So an update on the Vauxhall Corsa. Sorry if I look really sweaty and disgusting. I've just finished cutting the grass. Well, I say finished. The lawnmower packed up and died. I replaced the fuse like 5 minutes ago. Literally put a brand new fuse in. That blew. I've literally just put a brand new fuse in. I put the lawnmower down, swept up the grass, well, raked it, and it blew. It's just not working at all. So if Mum says that I'm plugged it in wrong, I haven't. It's just fucking dead. Completely. It's like a 35-year-old lawnmower. She needs to accept the fact that it is fucking dead, and we're going to have to spend 80 quid on a new one. But anyway, we're not seeing the Corsa today. We were going to go around and have a look, but she's taking the dogs out with a friend. So by the time she gets back, as it's 3:25, it's probably going to be too late to have a look. So what we're going to have to do is, if we've got time, we'll go tomorrow. If not, I don't know, wait till the end of the week or something and hope it's still there. If it goes, it goes. You know, there's not a lot I can do about it if it gets sold. If it is still there by the end of the week, I'd love to have a look. It's a 1.2, yeah, 1.2 Vauxhall Corsa. Not the new shape, the older shape. It's a 5-door. It's the Life model, I think. I think it's the Life. So it's pretty decent. It did, when new, 47 miles to the gallon, which for that age is very good. It obviously doesn't do anywhere near that now. It's at least 12 years old, so it probably does mid-40s, maybe, like 44, 43, somewhere around there, which is still really good. That's better than what Suzuki does. It's cheap. It's about £30 cheaper on tax than the Suzuki. I haven't got a quote for it yet. I should probably do that. So it's most likely cheaper on insurance. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah. I'm trying. See, the trouble is I'm having to hold the phone like landscape, and it's really fucking stupid. I've got to hang on. Right, that's working. I've actually got like it's a tripod thing with a mobile phone adapter, and it used to be for a torch. I don't think I've got the torch anymore. The torch was crap, but no, this works really well for a phone because I paid like £1.10 for the adapter, and the tripod came with like a £3 torch, so it's working really well for now. And when I get the camera, and I believe I checked the last video, and I said the camera cost £20. I don't know why. It's not even. It's like £80, but for some reason I said 20 because I'm a fucking idiot. So yeah, it's not £20. It's about £80. If I can afford it, I'll get it for definite. I wanted a camera anyway. You know, I've got a phone camera, and well, you can't really do much with a phone camera. You know, I can't record more than half an hour. The camera I'll be getting will be better quality. I'll have all the different features and stuff on the camera. It'll be easier to do things with. So I'm gonna go with that. Yeah, I might look into getting a different tripod, like an actual, like a tall one, as opposed to this. Was it like 4 inches high? I think about 4 inches. Well, hang on. Like, this is a 1 litre bottle of water right here. Product placement for the win. And the tripod itself is just over half the height. If I include the camera mount, it's about the same height as the bottle. So, yeah, it's a bit shy of a 1 litre bottle. To give you an idea, it's not a very tall thing. It does the job. It's pretty crap though. So yeah. But no, I was looking at when I'd go for the Corsa. If I can't go for the Corsa, I'll go for something else. Still no tool set yet. That's gonna be quite annoying. Hopefully it's here tomorrow. If it's not here tomorrow, that's gonna be pretty shit. Because what I'll do is sort of do like I'll put some pictures up on Instagram or something when it eventually arrives. If it's the socket set that turns up first, I won't bother. I'll literally just take a picture for Instagram, of course, of just the panel off and like the mess I would have made. And then I'll try and mishmash a video. I think my mum's got a video camera somewhere. It's like 480p. It's pretty naff quality, but it's a proper video camera, and I used it for a wedding. So it's not going to be amazing, but I don't think she'll have any qualms about me using it for like an hour or two. So I'm not sure if I should get a proper video camera. Like, it's got the flipping, like the screen and everything. So I'm not sure if I should go for that and get one of those types, or this point and shoot thing. I'll have a look, weigh up my options, see which is cheaper, which is more expensive. So yeah. But I'm hoping the proper toolset turns up first. That's what I'm hoping for, because if the toolset turns up, I'll go, right, this is the toolkit, here's a picture of it, and I can put a link in the description or whatever for Instagram, and they go, right, I can record a video and go, right, this is the toolkit I've got, here's the Amazon link, here's my Instagram, that crap. Put all that in the description, and then I can actually get the fucking panel off. So that's going to be really, really good. So that'll be hopefully tomorrow. If not, hopefully it's here before the weekend. Because the last thing I want to do is go out there working on that car and have my dick out of a neighbour home. Because he's a twat, basically. He's just a general, like, if you think of a chav, right, you know, you get the, like, you're right, mate, how you doing, blood, that sort of crap. And make it like a 35-year-old man. I think he's nearly 40, actually. That sort of attitude. And then make him an old man. Well, older man, not an actual old man. But that's the sort of attitude I've got to deal with. And like when I had to file a formal complaint with the council to get him to move his van a foot, 1 foot, 13 inches backwards, so that I can get my car on and off the drive without fucking crashing it again. A formal complaint to his boss. And he was like, oh, in the 10 years I've lived there, you've never complained. For a start, you've only lived there 7 years. That's a bit of a fuck up. And in those 7 years, when have I ever owned a car? Oh, I haven't. Until recently. I've had this car a couple of months. So, why would I file a complaint in the last 7 years for a vehicle I didn't have? Is he fucking retarded? But he's also ignoring the fact that if we have guests, like if my brother were to park out front, he would come round and ask my brother to move his car so he can get his van on the end of the road. That's how big his fucking van is. He has to ask my brother, who has a Fiat Panda, to move his car. That's how ridiculous it gets. And he's like, it's never been a problem. Every guest we've had round and he's not been home, And he's pulled up whilst they've been here. He's knocked the door and said, "Can you move you?" He's like, "Can you move the car so I can get my van on?" Every guest in the last 3 years. And he's like, "Oh, no one's ever complained." It's like, are you fucking retarded? My mum has filed 2 complaints. I have filed 1. This is with him personally, bearing in mind. So he's had 3 complaints from us in person. He's had 7 complaints from the neighbours around the corner, because that is a elderly home. It's like a retirement home sort of thing. So it's like over 65s. And there is frequently an ambulance there. It's like a group of about 10, 15 houses, sort of ish in that little type spot. And yeah, he's had about 7 complaints from them. He's also had a complaint from the ambulance crew because they couldn't get round the corner. So that's 11 complaints. And he's like, "Oh, no one's ever complained." It's like, no, you've ignored every complaint. And I had to do a formal complaint with your boss to get you to move back a foot so I can get my car off the drive without hitting it again. And he's like, "Oh, it's not a problem." And then he just sort of was blabbering on and said, "Oh, I've said my piece, I'm going to go home now." But apparently it's pathetic that I filed an email complaint rather than talking to him personally. I was like, really? What part of that is pathetic? The fact that you've ignored 11 complaints, separate complaints. Because there's the residents and there's the residents' relatives that visit. You've ignored all their complaints. You've ignored all 3 of our complaints. You ignored the complaint from the fucking ambulance crew. But it's pathetic that I filed a formal complaint through your boss. Apparently I'm hiding behind a keyboard. Because that's what it took to get you to move. I spoke to you in person twice to move the vehicle because you can see the big fuck off dent in my car. You can see where I've had to respray it, admittedly the wrong colour. You can see where I've sprayed it because there was damage. And you have the fucking balls, or not even the balls, you have the audacity to say I'm hiding behind a keyboard and it's pathetic. It's like, no, motherfucker, that's what it takes to get into your fucking head is a phone call from your boss telling you you need to move your vehicle because of complaints. That's what it's taken. So it's not pathetic on my part, it's pathetic on yours. Because it's taken 12 total complaints. This year, might I add. 12 complaints in the span of nearly, just over 8 months. Little under 8 months. 12 complaints in less than 8 months about the parking of your vehicle. And it's pathetic that I had to file a formal complaint to your boss. Where I live, ladies and gentlemen, that is literally the place I live in, and it's fucking atrocious. Now give me a second here, take a drink. Oh, it's fucking hot, man. It's ridiculously hot. It's like 22 Celsius at the moment. I mean, I put shorts on, for Christ's sake. I changed from jeans to shorts, and I've got one of these, like a quick dry top. They're really, really good. Like, if you like wearing tops, like t-shirts and stuff, but you sweat a lot, get these. They're like really breathable. Athletes use them, I think. It's not quite a compression top, but it's a similar material. Actually, what are these? Like cotton, I think? I don't know. But yeah, they're really good for hot days because it doesn't cling the sweat to you. It sort of wicks it away over the course of the day. So if you're doing something like going to I used to wear these to the gym, and they were absolutely, I'd go to the gym for like an hour and a half, every morning, and I'd come back and just put this top straight in the wash. It dried within like half an hour, and it was good to go. I've got about 5 of these, but yeah. But no, that's pretty much all I can think of for today. There's no really good cars that have come up on Auto Trade. Well, there was a black 5-door Renault Clio, but that's near Reading. That's like 50 miles away, sorry. So what I might do for that one is ask my brother to come down, pick my mum up, go back to Reading, because that's where he lives, and then get her to drive the car back. So I might do that. There's another one near Chichester, but it's a blue instead of a black. And that's, that's not too far. I can get my friend to say, I can go, hey, can you drive my mum to here so she can pick up a car for me and drive it back? If I pay her the petrol, she'll do it. That's the thing. Like, if I say to them, I will pay for your petrol for my brother, I'll say, yeah, I'll pay for your petrol to come from Reading to here and back again. because you know it's out of his way. It's like an hour's journey ish. It's like 45 minutes to an hour. So if I pay for his petrol, you know, give him like, oh, it's 20 quid for petrol, and then like for Chichester, I go, right, it's a tenner for petrol. Right, you're not really going to complain, are you? So yeah, I'm going to do that. I've been rambling for 13 minutes apparently, so yeah. I'll mash this in with the other one I did, which is like talking about the course. So that's about 2 minutes. So I thought I don't really want to post a 2 minute video because that's a bit shit. But no, there's nothing new going on really on the car front, other than those 2 Renault Clios and the Corsa. I'm not sure if I'll mod the Corsa. I'll obviously put a new stereo in. I might do seat covers and seats if I can get better seats. I'll do seats. I don't think I'll do wheels. There's not really a lot to change. Part of me wants to change the speakers and put a sub in the back because why not? Fuck not. The problem is I don't really know much about wiring. Now, if I can find a friend or something that can do that for me, I'll go ahead. Otherwise, I'm going to have to do fucking YouTube videos and do a self-install. And to be honest, I'm not overly confident on that. So we'll see how that goes. I know all the cables and stuff I need to buy. I know all of that. But I will research it and try and find a company locally, somewhere in the Southampton area, that I can go, right, I've got all this stuff. Can you just install it for me and I'll pay the labour? You know, something like that. Same with the wheels. If I buy the rims and tyres, I'll have to find somewhere that I can go, hey look, I've got these, can you just fit them and I'll pay you for it. Like, I'll pay you 50 quid to fit them for me or something ridiculous. You know, well, not 50 quid, but I'll say, you know, I'll pay you the labour charge for the, you know, for the use of the machine. But I'll get them to, like, if I go on my quick fit or something, I'll say, look, can you fit these tyres for me, these wheels on these tyres, and if you just give me a price to do a set 5 or 4. I think it's 4. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. But I do need to start looking for more local companies within the Southampton area that can do these sort of things. Like, I know there's what are they? There's Demon Tweaks, which are really good for performance stuff. They're in Wales. That's like a 3-hour trip, one way, so that's quite a distance. That's no stuck in my throat. There's not really anyone else nearby. There's Demon Tweaks in Wales. There's somebody else in London. Again, several-hour trip. So I'm not overly keen. There's not really anyone nearby, which is a shame. But no, I'm going to go off and play Most Wanted for a bit. I found out a cheat on how to get all of the blacklist cars. It's basically if you get cash, if you get anything to do, if you get the impound strikes or get out of jail free from the left token, pick the right hand one. If you get the cash or the other one, go for the middle, and then that's guaranteed to get you the blacklist car. So yeah, pro tip. Got that from a comment on Black Panther's video, if you watch any of his stuff. But yeah, I'm going to head off. I'm going to try and phone my mum again and say, look, the lawnmower's fucked. Because it's a brand new fuse, it lasted 5 minutes, so yeah. Anyways, guys, see you around. Later.